Hello again, PowerBot users. This is Invader Zim from PowerBot, here again with another tutorial. This tutorial will be covering paint. Adding a paint to your script. Okay, this paint that I'll be adding will include, let me think, like a time running, and a status, and maybe a custom mouse. Yeah, I'll do that. Kind of like in my vial filling script, if any of you have seen that. It's in the money making section. Hit that up. No, okay, so this is the same script I used in making a Willow Power Chopper, and after I added the anti-ban, as explained in my adding an anti-ban. I recommend watching those videos in order, such as the correct order would be making a Willow Power Chopper, and then adding anti-ban. So here's the code we have from there. All my videos kind of go in sequence. So it's important you watch them in order. Okay. First thing I did was add this import. You're going to need an import for adding paint. The import is right here. You need to include that with all your other ones. I'll paste the full code once we're done and we have a working paint to pasty and put it in the description, so don't worry. I'll paste that. And then we also need this. Normally you just have extends script and then this opening bracket, but since we're using paint, we have to use this, implements paint listener. So the things that have changed from the old script since anti-ban have been this and this. Implements paint listener and the import. Just wanted to make sure you guys don't get too lost. So we want to make a paint. Let's design something cool. Something basic though. We'll go for kind of like a transparent red over our inventory. Now this doesn't need to be a big paint, doesn't include much. So rounded, you can mess with this a lot. There's a lot of different options you can do. Most of this is optional, but I'll just show you how to make a working paint with some cool features. Okay, I want to include the name of the script, so let's call that Invader Zim's Willow Power. Make sure you change the color, or else it'll be the same, you won't be able to see it. So there we go, Invader Zim's Willow Power. Yay! Make the font bigger. Alright, Invader Zim's Willow Power. So now we want to include a status and time running. So first I'll put time running. Locate that anywhere on the screen as I want. This is a simulated RuneScape window, so you know where your paint will be. And here's the status. So we have Invader Zim's Willow Power, time running, and status. Now since I'm going to be recording this bot in action, I'm going to edit out my username, but I'm going to do that by making a box over where my name would be. There you go. That will appear just as the rest of this paint would. So if you ever wanted to record, just do something like that if you don't know how to blur out something on like a movie editor. Alright, Invader Zim's Willow Power. Okay, here's some other features. I'll just kind of try to show you guys what you can do. I don't want this to be too basic, but also understandable. You could just run it like this, and then add a few other things that I'll explain later on. I need to keep this video shorter. This is my second recording. My first one was 2 minutes too long. Anyway, so you got all this up. You can include pictures from the internet. So I'll show you that. So, say you want to include a picture of RuneScape Willow. I recommend going to Google Images and searching that, or whatever you want to have. And once you have a direct link like you see here, copy the URL. Chrome is fast. Yeah, copy the URL. Click on this button. Load and draw an image from a URL. You have to Control V. You can't right click paste. Alright. And once you have that, move it to wherever you want it on your script. Could put it on your mini map or on your screen. So I'm going to put mine right there, bottom right corner. So that will appear. So you have all this stuff. I think our paint is good to go. Go to File, Generate Code. Now, thanks to Enfilade for making this great tool. Just copy imports. These are what you'll need based off what you chose. Go to your imports in your script, simply paste it, and there you go. You have your imports. What else do we need, InvaderZim? Oh, let me show you. Alright, copy code of the actual paint, and let me make sure I put this in the right area. And here we go. Don't worry though, it's not done yet. We need to add a few other things. Don't worry, I'll explain it though. Alright, we need to add the status, but currently the status doesn't do anything. It's just text there. So let me go to my vial filling script and show you how to do a status. Alright, to do a status, along with your integers, IDs, such as Willow ID, Hatchet ID, you'll need something called private string status. And then I'd enter loading because whenever it's not, just copy that. Just leave it as is and edit as you like right here. You need this though. Alright, and if you ever want to update your status in your script to where so your paint will change, I believe, yeah, put status wherever you want something to happen. Sorry, I'm trying to do a lot of things, and I was really tired programming a bot last night. Anyway, sorry, so let me edit this. Basically, whenever your script does anything, wherever it's doing that action, you can put the status. Like right here, where my anti-ban takes place, on the status on my paint, it will say anti-ban. In that red that you saw earlier. Sorry if I'm making it sound confusing, but it'll make sense when you see it, I hope. So you have all your status right here, but to actually make it do anything, go down to your paint. Status plus, so all that, status, which is declared as a string in your, right below your imports. Right here, private string status. So on your paint, it will include the text status plus the status string. Okay, say you want to add status for when you're cutting a tree. I might have already done this. Go down to wherever you're cutting a tree. Status, whatever you want it to be called. Chopping willow. And whenever you want it to drop, whenever it's dropping, change the status to like dropping willow. This is just mainly for the user. You don't need a status in a paint. It's kind of useful and keeps things entertaining. Now for time running, it's a little more complicated, but I'll still, don't worry, I'll paste all the code in a pasty link and put it in the description. Sorry if this seems rushed. Just like I said earlier, my last video was too long, so I'm trying to pick up the pace a little bit. Alright, down at my my paint for my vial filler, RS Valley vials, you have this counter. This counts milliseconds, hours, it counts hours, minutes, and seconds. You want to paste this right above your paint, but make sure it's below your on repaint. So your on repaint, it has to be below it, and make sure it's above this stuff. I know this may seem confusing, you might have a lot of questions, but just look at the script and understand it. Oh yeah, and I highly recommend using Eclipse. It will tell you of your errors. And maybe wondering why this is red, that's because I haven't declared start time yet. Let me go back to my script. Okay. This will start the timer, or it handles the timer. So this basically, it gets the current time in milliseconds and counts from there. Now I'm not sure what this error is tripping out about. Oh. There we go. Sorry, I pasted it twice. So that was my error. Don't trip out. Alright, so you have all this. Time running. It doesn't, it's like an empty. It needs meaning. So if we get onto my paint, my other script, sorry I'm referring so much, this script is one I spent a good amount of time on compared to the PowerMiner. Let's find my paint. You need to add plus hours. Just look at this code. Time running in quotes, so that's the text it displays, plus hours as declared here, plus minutes as declared here, and seconds as declared here. Alright, I think this should work perfectly, so let's compile and run it. In case you don't know how to do that, simply copy the code, open up Notepad, paste said code, look for something called public class. It's in your script manifest. This is very important that it's exactly as is. Copy the public class, which is always between class and extend. So right here it's IV Willows. That's my public class. Go to File, Save As. Go to Documents, RSBot, Scripts, and Sources. Save as the name .java. Make sure this is all files. Cody Nancy. Save. Do you want to replace? Yes. Alright. Go to the file. Compile. No errors. Yay. Alright. Let me start the script for you guys. Alright. Now we compile the script. Make sure everything works. Looks like it's successful. Let's try running it. Well, looks pretty successful, other than this minor lag I'm experiencing. Notice how this blocks out your username, the time is running, and the status is working. Well, looks like we had a successful paint. I'll paste this full code in the description. Leave any comments. I'm sorry this tutorial is kind of rushed. It's because paint's a broad topic, but it's rather too long or too short. Sorry about that. Hope this benefited you in some way. And I'll be making another video expanding on the script even farther. Leave a comment or concern, question. That's why I do it. Goodbye, PowerBot. See you soon.